Hi there. So I just finished conducting therapies and I'm about to be leaving for home. But I want to talk about what I discovered this afternoon. So my work schedule is from 6:30. That's when I start my desk work. And by 12, I'm eagerly looking forward to my lunch break. So because I'm very introverted, my me time, my alone time is the time that I do recharge. So I go into my car and I make sure that I utilize my space and my time to do things that are going to aid to enhancing me before I return to my work. And this afternoon, as I was sitting there and seeing people passing by, I realized that I've got two different or contrasting perspectives concerning people, which you may also want to review yours after hearing me speak. When you're sitting intentionally or unintentionally and looking at people around you, whether you're in a mall or at a place or in a workplace, just a casual setting, when you see a person, you make an opinion about that person based on how they have presented or behaved. And we do this internally. You look at a person, the way they've dressed, what they're doing, what they're saying, and you make up an opinion about that person. And this purely is you trying to analyze a person without their input. And we come up with different scenarios or titles or perceptions. There are times that we are able to tell a story about another person without even us having to interact with them, but we seem to have known so much about them purely based on observations. So I noticed that about me, that when I'm seeing people walking around, a lot of people that I've never interacted with, or just observing somebody in their natural context, I may have an opinion about them. But when I come here in therapy, and when a person intentionally is sharing their story, when they're narrating what they go through in life, their background, childhood issues, the current challenges that they're facing, at that point, I start to get to know that person. And mark my words, I'm saying I start to get to know that person. Even though it's coming from their mouth, telling me what they're going through. It's not everything that I can base my opinion or perception about them on. Up until there will be series of other times where I will have interface and I will get to know more. Why am I sharing this? I feel like as people, we really rush into describing people, talking about others. With social media, we can even go on a post and comment about a person, have our opinion there, say a lot about an issue without us really getting to know what that is about. We forward messages on our WhatsApp chats to individuals. Akuti kwachitika zakuti uku. Akuti wakuti uja. Mwina, so if you say kuti akuti, that's better because that's a disclaimer. But you know how people are so itchy and they feel like it's a good thing to know more things about other people and they want to seem as if they are the point of or the source of the issue. So they say, and when you probe to say, were you there? Or did you hear it from him? Or have you seen this happen? That's when now a person starts to think, komano, there are people who are close to him or her. That's a question mark. That's the gray area that you'd tell that this person is purely just speaking or perpetuating what they've just heard or briefly encountered or a perception that they've made in a brief encounter of just observing that person. So I feel like we should be intentional before we forward a message, before you go on WhatsApp or any other platform, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, before you go in those group chats, before you talk to that person, you write them about another person. Really be intentional in saying, do I really validate this? Am I sure this happened? When I'm saying this person is of this character, am I sure this is it? Have I gotten it from them? Have I gotten enough or adequate information or